Good evening, my darling batlings. Hope you've had a good day. My internet's been out for most of the day, so I think I might not be able to stream today. But, lo and behold, it worked out. I'm joined tonight by JKR.
Yeah, Fur was supposed to join us tonight, but unfortunately he can't be here with us tonight.
Yeah.
I really wish you guys would stop telling people I'm not around when I'm sitting right here.
It's almost as if I can hear him now.
Yeah.
You can hear me now.
He'll be sorely missed. Sometimes I think I can hear him yelling at me through heavily compressed audio through Discord. He's not dead or anything, he's just not here.
Here, I'm yelling at you through heavily discorded thing you said.
I don't know, Ari. God damn, I can't keep the joke going anymore. I was gonna do another line, but I can't do it.
Some scheduling conflicts kept us from streaming last night, as well as me just not feeling up to streaming. So tonight, we're going to be continuing No More Heroes 3. When we left off, we had just reached rank 8 after taking out Mr. Black Hole, God, what was the second guy? Gold Joe, and we were supposed to fight Black Knight Direction, but he got killed by Tribal Dancer, so we fought Tribal Dancer instead.
Yeah. Damn Tribal Dancer, killing our people and stealing our glory. And
So our next target, if I remember,
same guy that you killed.
if I remember correctly, the next guy we'll be fighting is called Vanishing Point.
Ooh, Vanishing Point.
Giggity.
So let's get on over here and there we go. I was waiting for that.
I try to time it when you have the explosion thing, but I tend to be off every once in a while.
Well, you have to factor in, like, you know, internet-based latency. It's not going to be exactly one-to-one. Internet in America's nowhere near that good yet. If we were in Japan, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Don't forget my name.
Instantly, everyone, I would like to take this opportunity to announce my retirement from Coca-Cola Southwest Beverages.
Really?
Wait, you finally...
I'd like to, but it's years away.
Oh. You had me going there for a second.
So, same here, honestly. I was like, wait, you actually went ahead with that?
So, like, there's something that I've brought up a few times on these streams before about how No More Heroes has had a weird history of PC ports. And No More Heroes 3 was probably the weirdest of the PC ports, because you had two different versions depending on whether you bought it on Steam or on the Microsoft Store. Like, the Steam version was based off the Switch version, whereas the Microsoft Store version was based off the Xbox Series and PS5 version.
Nice.
And people on Steam, like me, were pissed about that, because it came out on Steam first. They didn't say there were going to be two different versions, and they were the same price.
Nice.
So, like,
Nice.
a while after, they release a patch to upgrade it to the Microsoft Store version on Steam. And then that version has some new glitches added in that were not present in the old Steam version. So people are like, wow, we want the old Steam version back. So eventually Marvelous is like, fine, we'll give you both versions and let you choose which one you want to download.
So what you're saying is the other version had some bug extras?
Yes, and that's the version I'm playing, which I haven't ran into any bugs that aren't sushi shop managers. But,
is it weird I miss my dude? Like, I miss my dude bug?
Not at all. He was your most prominent character apart from Gene. And for obvious reasons, you're not voicing Gene anymore.
We don't talk about it.
Let's see what Shinobu's doing. Master. Oh yeah, you were reading Shinobu's audio. Or dialogue.
Master.
It's me. I'm right here. Shinobu, wake up! I'll teach you a super special suplex. Hurry up and wake up. Let's get training. My favorite suplex is... It's gotta be the one that Maeda used to take down Orndorff with the reverse arm salt. When he made his triumphant return from Europe as Quick Kick Lee. The fleeting beauty of that bridge and parabola. Shinobu, remember how that moment felt. Remember, in addition to being a weeb, Travis is really into pro wrestling. Specifically like luchadors and Japanese pro wrestling.
They did this whole damn team really dirty this game.
Yes, they did.
Girl. She's truly blossoming.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm on a pun roll today.
I mean, the whole thing with her turning into a tree was for the sake of a pun, so it's fitting.
Yeah.
Also,
because we were doing Space Venture this afternoon. Me and JKR were, and it was so pun filled. It's insane.
I really wish I could have tuned in, but no internet at that part of the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm liking Space Adventure, but it's not as funny as I thought it was gonna be. It's one of those things where, because it's done by the two guys from Andromeda, and they're known for their comedy. But I feel like they might have phoned this one in. It's funny. It's just not like. I think we have yet to have like a laugh out loud moment in that game.
Let's see. Ari, do I have your permission to pin the advertisement for the Extra Life campaign in the chat?
Yeah, you always do, unless I'm running a different charity at that point.
I get you. I always just like double check, It's your stream, not mine. I like to double check,
Yeah.
You could always pin it in mine too, right?
Well, the thing is, Ari's.
I've got a link to it set up in my profile.
I got you.
Yeah. So that's like just me putting the whole saying it's like donate to Extra Life's campaign, supporting Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago via the Eggman via the Eggman on Chicagoland by clicking the link below. Simple as that.
You're not my real dad.
I never said I was.
Daddy, I'm sorry.
Your father.
Charlotte, this world is chock full of legendary movies and anime and stuff. Like Space Warrior, I'm going to guess that's Baldios, episode number 29. Chikyu Hyogaki Sakusen is a legendary work of art. One day I want to hop into Fixer 1 and zoom around the galaxy myself. You know what I mean, right, Charlotte? This is a lot funnier if you know that canonically Bad Girl / Charlotte doesn't like anime. So he's trying to cheer her up with shit she does not care about.
I mean, sometimes that's how you make a fan out of a non-fan.
Oh, we got a box from Hazre.
To be fair, I hated My Little Pony, and I was feeling down one day, and someone sent the shit to me, and I ended up enjoying it.
We got a new T-shirt.
That was. See, that's the thing, though. That's you. This is somebody else.
I'm just saying.
We got a lot of new T-shirts.
Yes.
And I'm going to say, since No More Heroes 3 is very reliant on callbacks to previous No More Heroes games, this chapter in particular is going to have a callback to a character from a previous No More Heroes game that a lot of people had forgotten about by that point.
Nice. I've already forgotten all the characters except for one, and I will never forget what they did to her.
What, disarmed her?
My beautiful Jean, what have they done to your voice?
Oh, no, that's just how she's always sounded. Remember?
No, Arikado. As a matter of fact, I don't remember that's how she's always sounded.
That's what she says when Travis is like, Jean, is that how you sound? And she's like, are you tweaking? This is how I've always sounded. Scorpion coming up.
I distinctly remember that. Yes.
Ta-da! It's ugly looking.
Yes, and now it's gone.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm calling out every scorpion that I go after, so as sort of like, you know, a little bit of a trigger warning for you, because I know you really do not like scorpions.
Thank you, Frisch.
Like, the only reason I keep going after them is because you really need money in this game more than you do in any other No More Heroes game. So, like, I have to do as many side quests as I can.
Yes.
I'm just curious, like, a scorpion of that size, I just wonder, it's like, I would actually, go against my whole rule of not eating any sort of bug, be they insect or arachnid, and I would actually consider, like, cooking up some scorpion meat, depending on,
Okay, but scorpions don't have much meat. They're mostly shell.
I was going to
so
ask, why in good God name would you want to?
I just saw the size of those things, and I thought, you know, I wonder what kind of meat.
Yeah, but still proportionally, they're not going to have much meat.
Yeah.
I learned that from I learned that from Metal Gear Solid 3, where when if you catch a scorpion and Big Boss, well, at the time Naked Snake asks Paramedic what a scorpion tastes like, she's like, "You're not actually gonna eat it, are you? It's not nutritious, and it's a fucking scorpion."
my whole thing was like, I'm not gonna eat the damn thing raw. I'd just be like, you know, I would like, you know.
I'm not talking about eating it raw or cooked. I'm saying that if you do cook it, it's mostly shell. There's not gonna be much meat to cook.
Yeah, so it's not like one of those you know, crustaceans. It's
yeah, it's not like a lobster or a crayfish or a prawn. It's like mostly just shell and internal bits, like no actual meat.
So it's just basically a living suit of armor with a nervous system. Gotcha.
Basically, I may be horribly wrong about that. I've never claimed to be an entomologist.
It's what God did when he looked at fucking wasps and lobsters and said, "Hey, these aren't terrifying enough. Let me create something else."
And let me put a whole bunch of the worst stuff imaginable in the place that will one day become Australia, because that'll be funny. Fun fact, did you know there's an episode of Peppa Pig that's banned in Australia?
Oh no. Please tell me it's Windy Castle.
No.
Fuck.
It's an episode where she finds a daddy long legs, and its lesson is you shouldn't be afraid of spiders because spiders are her friends. They banned that episode in Australia because the spiders there are very much not your friends.
Not your friend.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's a good reason to have that banned. Easier to ban it than have to put like a disclaimer and be like, yeah, kids, don't listen to Peppa Pig here.
Disclaimer for the parents showing this to their kids as educational content. The lesson here is factually wrong. All right, so we gotta take out
very much not your friends.
For this mini game. We've gotta take out the cars. Mainly, there's one main car that we have to take out, and the others are for like bonus points.
So where are we taking it?
Where are we taking them out? To the grave.
Yeah, you said we're taking them out.
Or a day shut down with engines burning. Oh shit.
There was you know, with you're like my go-to guy for like understanding whether a like Bethesda game is actually good or not for it, because you play a lot more of them than anyone else I know. And you've gone on record saying that the Oblivion remake is like surprisingly good, right?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
That's something I had a discussion about with a friend of mine on like an alt account, because I like to keep like certain personal accounts separate from my VTuber persona.
That's fair.
Understandable.
And he was like, so they must have wished on a monkey's paw because they finally, after years, released a game that at launch gets critical acclaim and, like, you know, people saying it's actually good and it's not, horrendously broken at launch. But now they have to deal with the purists who are like, oh, this doesn't look the same, so it's ruined.
Yeah, there are people who are doing that, and I will fully admit, like, I'll be one of the first ones to tell you, I'm not a huge fan of what they've done with the Khajiit.
Yeah, I've heard that the Khajiit look kind of weird.
But the Argonians, like, oh my god, the Argonians got such a fucking glow up. It's insane.
Now, think about this. Since they've done Oblivion, what if they were to do something, like, even more old, like Morrowind?
I would lose my ever-loving mind.
You know, with the caveat that it's up to the same standard of quality as the Oblivion remake. Not like, you know, something that gets ruined in the process of upgrading it. Like, I know this isn't a Bethesda game, but just using it as a, like, comparative example. Not like a Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Sorry,
That was
instinct for any it's instinct for every Warcraft fan to throw up every time they hear that name.
Yeah, or like a Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy Definitive Edition.
Before it got fixed.
It's still not entirely fixed, but it's about as good as it's ever gonna get, given how utterly broken its base was.
Yeah.
Also for it, Warcraft has fans?
Yes, it does.
I wonder how far I could kick a bomb.
Depends how good is your kicking strength with those stubby little legs. It would probably be better to use like a tail swipe on it. You know, use yourself as
my legs into this.
I'm trying to think about like the physics of this. Like if you were to swing yourself like a bat.
But he wouldn't be a furry.
Then
He'd be like a Zubat or something like that.
No, but like, I kind of want to test this now. JKR, come here.
This is reminding me of the bit from one of the Sonic Twitter takeovers where like somebody asked if Eggman were rolling, could he go faster than Sonic, given that he's able to outrun him on foot? Or at least keep just ahead of him on foot. And Tails is like, well, if we assume a very steep incline to give him enough momentum to roll, and we also assume that Eggman has no bones in his body for the purposes of this experiment, and Eggman's like, wait, what's that about no bones?
It's gorgeous.
It's one of the most unhinged things they've done on the Twitter takeovers.
I love it, at the same time I hate it.
So you're saying you don't want to test the theory?
Are you kidding me? I've got ideas for this kind of shit. But it's funny, like, but with that being said, Ari, it's funny you should say that because I'm actually thinking about doing this for my next short on my Eggman page. Of actually doing like the whole I'm Eggman, yes, the real Eggman, you want the robotics, you know, that whole
the real Eggman.
Yeah, I want to do that, and that's actually in my shorts like sounds from shorts library. I just need to do it. I want to do that.
We found Doppelganger again. Alright, you know what to do.
I can't remember what voice I gave this motherfucker.
You give him a different voice every time. Which is kind of fitting, given that he's, you know, Doppelganger.
There! Wondering about me, are you? Yeah, it's this pose, isn't it? You want to know what this means? It's a pantomime. I imitate all. This is an empty town, a town covered in technology, a comfortable but hollow town. However, jealousy, frustration, and hatred alone swirl together like a deep underground mantle. This is how I present this twisted world. Travis, find the real me.
The idea of this notorious serial killer who apparently exists in multiple dimensions, sounding like Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, is just hilarious to me.
I wasn't even going for Doug Dimmadome. I was just going for the most "what the fuck is he trying to do" voice I could think of.
And it came out as Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Anyway, back to the subject before. I am actually streaming Oblivion. Not right now, obviously, but I am streaming Oblivion on my show every Friday.
All right, I will keep...
I did it Tuesday and Friday this week, but starting this next week, it'll be every Friday.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for it. Assuming that I'm conscious for it. Because, like, I probably mentioned this before. I have, like, I'm a wee bit anemic. So, like, there are parts of the day where I just, like, kind of doze off. Like, not fall asleep, but, like, just zone out for, like, a couple hours. And then I regain my energy later.
Understandable.
And we got another new minigame here. Trash collecting.
But yeah, I highly recommend it. If you're wanting a copy of it and you get the chance to get it, I recommend it. It is the best fucking remaster of a game I've ever seen. Honestly.
Yeah. I'm also
you could tell they sorry, JKR. You could tell they definitely took their time and they definitely put a lot of love into bringing this to fruition.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was gonna say, I'm hoping I don't have anything, any prior engagements on Fridays. It really all depends, like whether or not the certain artist that I follow, if she's going live doing like a Get Ready With Me stream or like an art live stream, which is what she was doing yesterday, which is why I couldn't make the stream, unfortunately. Which, obvious reasons. At least obvious to the three of us.
Anyway, that was the tutorial for collecting trash. Now let's see what actually collecting garbage is like, where we have to deal with alligators.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we have to get the trash. We have to get all the trash out of the, what is this, a swamp? Does California have swamps?
You know what? For the sake of argument, yes.
They got gators, apparently, so they must have swamps.
Yeah, Florida's the one with swamps, because they got the Everglades, but,
Just wait until you see these gators.
What, these mutant gators?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Gator.
Yeah, those bubbles mark where the gators are.
Never smile at... You never smile at a crocodile, guys, okay? You can't get friendly with a crocodile.
Challenge accepted.
There's a whole dating sim about getting friendly with a crocodile.
I ask you.
Oh, yeah, big one.
I ask you. Are we surprised? Are we supposed to be surprised? Are we supposed to act surprised that there is a dating sim like that?
Oh, I found I could go worse with a visual novel that I refused to play that I heard about through the YouTuber SitSnap. She was sponsored to play this visual novel, and it traumatized her, which, given that she's into some really fucked up hentai, says something.
Wow. Girl.
It's called, I'm trying to remember what it's called, and even from the title, you're apparently not prepared for how disturbing it is.
Hold on 1 second. Before you reveal that. I'm setting something up. Hold on.
I'm afraid.
1, 2.
Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I got it. Go ahead.
Inyochu, insects of insemination.
This is impressive, disturbing, and makes me uncomfortable. This is impressive, disturbing, and makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
the title apparently doesn't prepare you for how fucked up it gets. And she couldn't get much into how fucked up it gets without getting age restricted on YouTube.
Oh, God.
One thing she said was a girl giving birth to leech demons through her belly button.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And she was sponsored by the publisher of that game to play it and review it for a video.
And now she hates that publisher.
She was like, she had to reassure people they don't just sell fucked up stuff. They sell, like, not, like, exactly family-friendly things, but, like, age-appropriate or, like, all ages, you know, safe for work versions of some of their visual novels. This is not one of them.
Wow. Oh, Lord.
And apparently it's part of a series.
Been gone, bot.
Yes. The bot got
Jesus.
bopped.
Anyway, now on to something a lot less, actually, a lot less traumatizing.
Please and
know
thank you.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like recently I've been like some more story stuff for like my like headcanon for G1. Like, Ari, you remember how you and I were talking about like how Cryotech would be like the underboss, like directly under Thunderhoof?
Yeah.
Well, I thought to myself, I was like, what if, since we have, like, in Beast Wars 2nd, we had Predacons by the name of Thrust and Dirge. What if these two are, like, the original Thrust and Dirge? Like, kind of similar treatment to how, Ravage got, like, you know, the whole, reprogrammed and rebuilt into a Predacon. Well, why not have the same done for Thrust and Dirge? Like, just smaller bodies, because the idea of the Maximals and Predacons was that they were supposed to be, you know, more energy efficient for their, you know, their, you know, energy-starved world.
I like your funny words, Magic Man. I am not a lore master on Transformers.
I get you.
I collect the toys and I watch the shows that interest me.
That's fair. It's just something that has been like.
I like when the funny cartoon characters do the funny things.
Yeah, just something that's been kind of rolling around in my mind lately because I've been dismantling my Japanese Beast Wars display only because it's just getting very expensive to, you know, try and keep hunting those figures down.
Yeah, as any Japanese exclusive is going to be.
Yeah, so like I still have like
Up, kitty.
What is that? Like I still have quite a few. I still have quite a few of my Japanese Beast Wars figures, but it's like a case where it's like I'm really just gonna hunt the ones I really want now, and not even bother getting duplicates of any of them because at this point it's like it's expensive enough to just get one of them.
Oh.
Here we go.
So, like, I still have my collection.
Hey, thanks for the sub.
Yeah, it literally just popped up and said, "Hey." So you are
This fight really just started off with "fuck you, I lose."
Wow.
You dead? Question mark.
You dead.
Don't let me down, dude. I'm just getting started.
Your luck is improving. Your next slot effect will always be Mustang mode.
That good?
Mustang mode is basically like powered up and faster slashes for a brief period of time.
Ah. Oh.
Now that's also dependent on me, killing one of these guys to activate the slash reel. Which, if they keep spawning these fucking mines in front of me, is not going to happen. There we go. This is Mustang mode.
Nice. Do it. Oh, Lord. So, I learned some interesting trivia today.
What was it?
Did you know that Stephen King has a son named Joe?
Joe King?
You're joking.
No, but he is.
I thought my jokes were bad.
He actually does have a son named Joe, though. Joe Hill.
Oh, okay.
He purposely does not go by Joe King because of that fucking joke.
Did you know that Tom Hanks has a son who's a really bad rapper?
What's his name, Arikado?
No, I'm serious. His name's Chet. Chet Hanks.
Wow.
Apparently,
we're going off of a bit like what we were doing.
No, I'm being serious. Tom Hanks has multiple children, and apparently among all the children, Chet Hanks is the little shit one that nobody likes. Like, he does a lot of rap songs about how, like, he's tough and he had a rough life and he grew up on the streets. It's like, you were the son of Tom Hanks, and he went out of his way to get you help for your mental health and drug problems when you were growing up so you wouldn't have any issues as an adult, and you're out here pretending to have a rough upbringing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he initially didn't go by Chet Hanks as his rap name because that would give the game away too quickly. He went by Chet Hayes.
Wow. Talk about being a total douche nugget. When you know it's bad when you're so fucked up that I gotta make up a word to describe you.
Not douche nugget, douche nugget.
Yeah, douche nugget. And then I gotta go straight up New York with it, and I ain't even New York. I'm just saying.
It's fitting to go New York considering when we saw Vanishing Point in like the teaser for him at the end of the last part, he had a New York accent. This freaky alien-looking dude just sounds like a New York cabbie driver.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, Chet. You douche nugget. You straight up douche nugget. Why you gotta do your dad like that? Your dad, Tom, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He don't deserve that. He don't deserve it. You're a douche nugget.
Up, new enemy type. Captain Treatment.
Nice.
I was just gonna say, I wonder if Red Wing were, if only Red Wing were here, he could actually grade you on that accent.
Oh, he'll hopefully be here next week when I do another long-awaited by certain people part of the Japanese G1 Transformers game
I've
for
been doing,
PS2.
I've been doing New York accent for years. It's
Yeah,
actually
but-
something I started on when I was in a play back in high school.
Yeah, we bring up
though.
Red Wing in particular because he is a New Yorker and he's Italian.
Nice.
And like legitimately gets his blood boiling the second I say to him that Chicago style pizza is better.
As he should.
Because
You're horribly wrong.
Although to be fair, I have managed to get his blood boiling even worse by introducing him to Brazilian pizza and Korean pizza.
Oh Lord, you monster!
yeah, it's just like I only did it for the fact is that I had to do it just to get a reaction out of Red. That was really it. Like, I don't care if he doesn't like Chicago style pizza. It's just, as a Chicagoan, I have to have this stupid rivalry with New Yorkers just to get their blood boiling every time I say that Chicago style is better than New York style.
I thought Chicagoans were supposed to have rivals with each other.
We already do have that. That's already bad enough. You know,
I say have rivals at like the same way that Scott Pilgrim says he's in lesbians with someone.
The L word?
you are dead. Not big surprise. You dead.
Supposedly that whole thing was fucking like a blooper that wasn't even supposed to be in the movie.
Lucky you, retry with 1.5 times attack power. Nice, thank you, Sylvia. But I'm not surprised. A lot of stuff was either like improv or outtakes that made it into the movie. Like one of the things I remember reading about was when the one girl like drops the F-bomb at Scott and like her mouth gets censored and she gets bleeped out and Scott's like, how'd you do that with your mouth? That's not how that scene was supposed to go. It was a late addition to the script because they wanted her to drop an uncensored F-bomb, which they get one of per PG-13 movie. But you're not allowed to have an uncensored fuck and an uncensored cock word in the same movie and get a PG-13 rating. And
Yep. They really wanted the line cocky cock, yeah.
they really wanted the line you cocky cock. So they instead made a joke about her in-universe censoring herself.
Yep. My favorite random bit with the improvs and bloopers that weren't supposed to be in the movie is Maya Whitman, or however you're supposed to say her first name. Mae Whitman.
Mae Whitman.
Yeah, Mae Whitman. Legit forgot her fucking lines as Roxy Richter during the scene when she very first meets Scott. So when she like goes on this whole spiel, and then he says, "Where did that come from?" She goes, "My brain." That wasn't in the script. She just legit could not fucking remember her lines, so she just said, "My brain." I love that. That was such a good fucking line too.
It was a good combination of like good cast and director being able to work off each other for improv and outtakes.
Yep.
Like,
it's a blooper. It wasn't even supposed to be in the movie.
Yeah,
You didn't need to use that take.
It's like it's a rare pairing of like cast and crew that allows for those kind of things to happen naturally without, being like, oh, we'll just abandon the script and let them say whatever they want and hope that something funny comes out of it. Looking at you, Paul Feig.
So they didn't even mean to use that scene. They used that scene by accident because the editor didn't know that wasn't the scene they wanted.
You know, speaking of things that were different in editing,
Or fake.
things that are different in like different parts of editing. You want to know one of my favorite bits of deep lore or deep trivia about The Room that I learned from the Disaster Artist? In the work print cut of The Room from before they had their original music compositions to insert into the movie, but, you know, have, like, a version of the movie to like, preview to compose to. Often in Hollywood, they'll use, like, actual licensed music that they don't have the rights for just to give a general vibe of what the scene should be like in terms of the soundscape, right? This was famously done with the work print of Grizzly 2, where it used a lot of Michael Jackson music that wasn't supposed to be in the final movie. The music that they used, especially for the many, many sex scenes in The Room, was Journey.
God.
And Greg Sestero talks in the book about how unfitting it was. Oh, we got a text adventure scene.
Hey.
We have a few of these in this game.
Do we remember who was who?
These are, all right. Who's going to voice Damon?
Where is he? It's me. I'm here. Where are you?
Oh, can't you see me?
Oh, sorry.
That means it's not time just yet.
What? What does that mean?
Exactly what I said. You are not yet prepared.
Stop screwing around.
You harbor doubts, don't you? With regard to me and yourself.
Myself?
Yes. Your past. Is it really yours? What about your memories? Your body? Your mind?
Enough with the riddles. I'm me. But am I really?
Ah, once you begin to doubt, there's no end. But once the seed of doubt has been planted, that seed takes root and begins to grow, and becomes as you are now.
What are you trying to say about me?
We'll meet again. Soon.
We haven't exactly met to begin with.
To be continued. And now that I remember that these text adventure scenes are in the game, while Grandpa Bug Extra is not going to be in the game, there are a couple old man characters in here.
I mean, yay!
That means you can actually, you can give us some words of wisdom, Grandpa.
To be fair, I don't have an issue with the grandpa voice. It's actually a very easy voice for me to do. It comes from years and years of like purposely scratching my vocal cords so that I can do those kind of voices and it not hurt.
Oh boy.
Which is not at all how people recommend you learn how to do that, but hey, if it works.
Yep.
Like, for example, I can do this right here and not feel a damn thing. You can't prove I exist.
Do you hear something?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Yes, all according to the plan.
All according to Cake.
All according to plan.
Translator's note, plan means keikaku.
Excellent work as always, Metal. Are we ready to wrap this up, Sage?
Are you guys okay? Do you need a minute? Should I leave?
No.
Now we're fine.
Well, I mean, neither of us are okay, but depends on your definition of okay as it regards to this particular scenario.
I genuinely had no idea what the hell you guys were doing just now.
I think we were just doing two separate bits, and they just happened
I'll do
to,
this.
you know,
Yeah, we were just doing this.
pretty much.
I blame JKR.
You always blame me.
Good. You're learning.
Yes. I understand you always blame me, but doesn't mean I'll have to live with it. Let's see. Oh, fuck. I don't think I can actually screenshot something in Discord. I probably can't.
You can with the Windows snipping tool.
Yeah, I was gonna say
okay.
snipping tool works.
Up, another new enemy type. Diversity.
Diversity. Jinx, you owe me a Pepsi.
It didn't come out as at the same time on my end, which is what ultimately matters for the stream.
Not gonna hold back.
Well, that's just Prime.
Amazon Prime, which if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to me for free.
Tune in now.
And if you're subscribed to me, you don't have to deal with the very poorly timed ad breaks that always happen.
Yep.
Yes. I did not mean to comment in the chat, but I did apparently.
Up, all sevens, full armor mode. I can finish these guys off in one hit.
Nice.
Except for that guy, he survived somehow. Damn diversity always screwing me over. And for once, it doesn't. For once, you can, with this game, you can say that and not be bigoted. You can say that. You can say, damn it, diversity screwed me again when playing No More Heroes 3, and it actually not mean that you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, but, you know, people will take that out of context.
Yes.
Indeed.
All right, we've completed all the challenges. Now let's see how much money we need. Oh, just a couple hundred more. Okay, we can easily do that with
a couple hundred.
Yeah,
Just a couple hundred.
just a couple hundred.
100 of them.
Let's see.
Just a couple hundred more utopic.
Joke.
Just a couple hundred more utopic coins, which are basically like
That was
Disney, which are basically like Disney dollars if they had actual monetary value.
I was gonna say that was a JonTron joke.
I can't remember what the context of it was because it's been years since I've watched JonTron.
It was the Hercules games episode where he's playing the god awful PlayStation 1 Hercules.
Oh yeah, couple of hundred of them.
100 of them. You want to do that one more time?
Couple of hundred of them.
We do not speak of JonTron here.
I found out that one of the Hercules games he played in that episode, the computer one that was basically like, if you don't react immediately and know immediately what to do, you just die. That one got remade and ported to multiple PC systems under different titles.
Nice.
Which I found that out because a very underrated LGBT YouTuber and retro game channel, Octavius King, did a video on one of the unofficial, like, dubiously official remakes of it, where it's basically the same game, but with higher graphical fidelity, and you're playing as an Amazonian warrior now instead of Hercules. You should definitely check out Octavius King if you like weird old shitty games. And or gender non-conforming pretty boys. Like, assigned female at birth, identifies as, I think, trans man, if I remember correctly, or maybe non-binary. Goes by he, him pronouns. But very much pretty boy.
Yeah.
And if you like self-deprecating humor, then he'll be right up your alley.
As I know you do, Ari.
Because a lot of his jokes are like making light of his own, dysphoria as a trans person. Or like making jokes about how terminally single he is.
Oh, yeah.
Although in his lore, he is married.
In lore, yes.
In lore, he is married. The problem is, he's married to a fictional video game character. He also has a child, and it's baby Pac-Man.
Oh, God.
He didn't give birth to him, it was just foisted on him one day.
That sounds about right.
And he's also got a restraining order against Solid Snake.
Why?
Because Solid Snake keeps on calling him, trying to hook up with him.
Oh, jeez.
Or is it the other way around? I can't remember.
This guy sounds desperate.
I can't remember. I haven't watched... Octavius King doesn't show up in my For You feed on YouTube very much because the algorithm sucks. It's like, I just want to watch retro gaming YouTubers. Why do you keep showing me Nazi shit, YouTube? What are you trying to say? I don't even watch the Nazi shit. It's just like, oh, you liked this video essay about like something vaguely left-wing, then surely you would like a Nazi talking about how diversity is a plot to exterminate people.
I will be right back.
Prince, you hate me, don't you?
I don't hate you. I just don't like you is all.
Counts as being in the hate category, but what would you know, huh?
You making fun of me?
I'm just being honest. Listen, all you those who tell you the truth. Nobody speaks their mind in front of the prince.
What?
The people always say nice, happy things to you. But they're either talking shit behind your back, or they're knocking on you to the king. Definitely. 100%.
Is this true?
If you don't believe me, set up some cameras or something.
This shit is not okay. I'm gonna execute them all.
Hey now, calm down, Prince. That's textbook spoiled rich kid talk. Let it go. Forgive your enemies and make them your friends. That's how a real leader does it.
Yeah.
Will you keep being honest with me?
Prince, I couldn't bullshit you even if I wanted.
I hope not.
You stay honest with me, too.
That looks like the most awkward handshake I've seen in a while, because he don't have hands.
How does he shake a hand if he don't got hands?
Up.
Here, this game for you. The hell is it? Go ahead, open it. What? You don't mind? What if it's a love letter or something?
Love letter, my ass.
Kimmy Love? Wait, for reals? It's for Kimmy's concert. It's an invitation to the VIP seats. Oh, shit. This is huge. Do you know her or something?
Who the hell is that?
Recently they say she's even bigger than Taylor.
Yeah, she's famous. I got that. This already sounds hella sketchy.
Dude! Listen, just play along and accept the invitation. Otherwise you'll regret it for the rest of your life. I know I will at least. This concert is some serious shit.
If it's serious shit, more reason to say screw it.
Travis is just no fun. Unless anime's involved.
Assassin is vanishing.
Yeah.
An alien criminal who steals memories. This should turn out to be a real battle of the minds.
I call before you show up.
What? Is there something you do not want me to see?
Hey, Sylvia. I'm subscribed to your channel, you know. The recipe stuff you do is awesome. I check it out for tips all the time.
Thanks, Bishop. I really appreciate you always looking out for Travis. It really should be me doing it, but...
Diversity, diversity.
What?
I mean, I don't know what that means, but...
The answer to that is diversity.
Right?
Are you
I
acting
guess.
as agent for the ranking battles?
Prince Fu has formed a business alliance with the UAA. So as the head organizer, I can move around freely. They're said to keep your enemies close, right?
What a catch of a wife.
I know, right?
Well, Travis is kind of simple-minded, so he doesn't realize what he's got here.
I appreciate everything. For reals, I mean it.
Okay, whatever. Accept this invitation and go to the concert.
Love me, goddammit!
Wait, we're not done talking.
Okay, email me then.
Don't you want a beer?
Hold up.
One second, I'm gonna mute myself, guys, because I'm trying to mess with my mic here.
Okay.
Seriously, Sylvia is like, she's a good wife to him, but Jesus fuck, man.
The funny thing is, like, in No More Heroes 1 and 2, he was, like, down bad for her, and she was always the one, like, brushing him off. And now that they're married, they're just kind of brushing each other off. Like, Travis is...
Oh, it feels like
Travis is like, okay, I got the girl of my dreams, now what do I do?
right.
He's like, I never thought I would get this far.
I honestly feel like that's how I'll be when I finally get married. It's like, ladies out there, single guy right here.
And here.
In fact,
And in between us.
I was gonna say 3 single guys right here. Just saying, I probably will be the, well, I got her, now what do I do with her kind of guy.
Oh, hell yeah, look at this hoodie we got.
Fuck racism? Yes, I totally agree.
Hell yeah.
Also, how do I sound? I just kind of readjusted my mic's overall positioning.
You sound better. You were way too loud earlier because you were too close to the mic.
What?
Yeah, like I said,
I can't hear you.
Yeah, like I said, I just put away like one of my lights that I had sitting here. That was like a quote unquote happy light. It's been for like the darker days of the year.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I used to have one of those.
Yeah, I have it. I had it sitting here for the longest time, and I'm like, it's not really being used right now, so might as well just disconnect it and put it away for the rest of the year until it starts getting to be one of the dark days again.
Anyway,
Because I
what
can open my blinds now.
what better way to suit up for this battle than to wear a t-shirt of a pixelated Jean saying kill?
Aww, it's adorable because she wants murder.
Well, the question is, which Jean?
Cat Jean.
Jean.
Okay, good.
You know, you can tell by the cat on the shirt.
I couldn't make out the design. Okay, I only briefly glanced.
A likely story.
How many genes do you know in this game?
There are several in the No More Heroes series. There's Travis's daughter, Jean. There's Cat Jean. There's his ex-girlfriend / half-sister who killed his family, Jean.
To be fair,
For the record, the
Yes.
cat and the daughter are named after the half-sister that's also his ex because he didn't know that they were related when they were dating. He didn't find out they were related until he had to have his fight to the death with her.
wow.
And she dropped all of that in a moment that was intentionally sped up. Like, they break the fourth wall to announce that they're going to fast forward through her fucked up and tragic backstory, because otherwise it'll get the game a higher age rating than it already has. And it's not just gibberish. If you slow down the cutscene in, like, an editing software, you can make out exactly what she's saying. Which basically amounts to their dad was a piece of shit who abused her and her mother. And she went through hell to get the skills she needed to get her revenge on him.
Yep.
Jesus.
No, not quite.
Not Jesus, Gene.
You're both grounded.
You can't ground us for it.
You can't ground me, you're not my real dad. I haven't even met my real dad. I could have at one point, but I decided not to.
Probably for a good reason, I'm assuming.
I mean, to my understanding, he was kind of a deadbeat, like, stoner surfer dude. So I was...
Ow.
And he was, like, trying to contact me, like, during my freshman year of college, which he found out where I was going and how to contact me by, like, stalking me on Facebook.
Oh, jeez.
So, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a... Not exactly a red flag, but, like... You know, like
The
mauve.
word you're looking for is, yes, that's a red flag.
Yeah, right. 1 second, I'm gonna put something away, I'll be right back. And I'm back.
Welcome back. Just eating some sushi and getting ready to drop a nice save before we go into this fight with Vanishing Point.
Nice. Some sushi right about now. I haven't had sushi in a while.
We had ume nigiri.
You know, if I actually do manage to get to ASIN this year, which, you know, fingers crossed I do, not only will I, you know, I'll probably ask her out as like, hey, you know, do you want to go, like, get a cup of coffee or something, or, you know, hell, maybe even sushi, or maybe just say that to the second one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure something out.
Probably not the brightest idea to broadcast plans for this kind of stuff on a literal broadcast.
Fair.
I'm saying that for your own benefit, my dude.
Yeah, it's not like she's gonna watch this, but still.
Still, you know, better safe than sorry.
You're right. Hello.
Remember Kimmy Howell from No More Heroes 2, the college co-ed girl that idolized Travis and challenged him to a fight that was based... I'm asking this to JKR. This is her, grown up.
Oh, jeez. How long has it been?
Like 7 years, I think? No, over 10 years. So that's 2 bosses we don't get to fight.
And she's got a beam katana of her own.
Yes, she did in the first one too, except it was a Darth Maul beam katana disguised as a recorder. This time it's her microphone stand.
Nice.
Someone very special to
And yes, that is Jennifer Hale.
Oh, jeez.
I would have guessed Tara Strong.
Nah, she was in No More Heroes 2, but I don't think she's in this one.
Yeah, that sounds nothing like. Okay, now it does.
Yeah.
Like, I can always recognize Jennifer Hale just by something about her voice. No matter what voice she's putting on, I'm always like, yeah, that's Jennifer Hale. Like,
Even
same
when
thing
she's
with
doing a British accent.
same thing with me and Tom Kenny. I can always recognize Tom Kenny, no matter what voice he's doing.
Yeah, Tom Kenny's a pretty easy one to notice. Like animated Starscream, for instance, that was an easy one to pick out because it's literally just his SpongeBob voice, except with more sinister vibes to it.
Mine with that line like that is Monica Rio.
Yep.
In fact, me and the late wizard used to have a joke. Every time we see her in something, we know she's gonna Monica Rio the hell out of the performance.
That's with me and Wendy Lee. Because Wendy Lee is in everything, and she uses at max, not to disrespect like her voice acting legacy.
We just gotta glaze over Gene rapping for a second there.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, continue with Wendy Lee's story.
Like, Wendy Lee mostly uses the same voice for every character she plays, or like Steve Blum. Except, like, it doesn't always sound as naturally badass and sexy as Steve Blum, because a lot of the time she's playing, like, bratty characters. But she does have range. It's just a lot of the time she gets cast to use the same voice.
Yeah.
Unlike Tara Strong, who unfortunately doesn't really have that much range.
No, she does have range. It's just her range is not as big as she likes to think it is.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to like doing Harley Quinn, she's a good sound alike for Arlene Sorkin, but not a good one-to-one imitation. You know, like the difference between James Arnold Taylor being a good sound alike for Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan, but not being a good imitation of Ewan McGregor.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the thing is though, I actually
that's not an insult to either one of them necessarily, even though I don't like Tara Strong's Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
It's more so like they don't sound one-to-one the same, and that can be kind of off-putting if that's what they're trying, if like that's what the story is trying to do with them.
Yeah, there's I have heard like better voices for Harley Quinn.
What's her name? The voice of Starfire does a perfect Arlene Sorkin impression, and she never gets to play Harley Quinn.
I've never heard her do it. At least not that I've heard.
The Batman.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was in the Batman. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good impression. The sad fact was that
it's also Princess Bubblegum, and for the life of me can't remember her name.
It's like Hayden something.
Hayden, yeah, I don't remember. Regardless, as I was saying, the sad fact is that her Harley...
Hayden Welch.
Hayden Welch, there we go.
Hynden Welch.
Hynden Welch.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, JKR.
What was it? No, I forgot what I was trying to say because I was interrupted too many damn times.
Thus is the life of a streamer. Sorry, that one was unintentional.
But yeah, so her Harley was just the Batman's Harley was just not that great of a representation of the character.
I'm just talking about the voice, not like the writing.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just saying, it's like it was a great voice. It's just a shame that her version of Harley, that she had to voice that version of Harley, and no wonder people don't seem to want to let her, voice Harley anymore because apparently they just think. They think that's like, oh, it was her fault the that version of Harley didn't take. And I'm thinking like, no, it's your bad writing, Warner Brothers.
Or like, if you want to go for a more recent example than something from the early 2000s, what's her name? She's also from The Big Bang Theory, but not Penny from The Big Bang. Yes. Who voiced her in Batman?
Yeah, not her.
The one who voiced her in
Batman.
The one who voiced her in Batman and Harley Quinn.
That's the one. Yeah.
Does a
Melissa
fucking amazing Harley Quinn voice, and only voiced her like one time.
Yup.
Yeah, for you and I both agree that version, great movie, and it's just a shame that we never saw that version ever again. We never heard
Fully
that voice ever
agree.
again.
The hilarious part is, she was actually offered the role of Harley Quinn for the Harley Quinn animated series, and she turned it down, and it was the one that suggested Kaylee Cuoco.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, Kaylee Cuoco.
Cuoco. But yeah.
I'm sure she had a reason why she turned it down. A mistake or
Probably
not, I'm sure
scheduling conflicts is usually the thing, or like something going on in her life at the time. I don't know. I don't want to assume.
I'm not saying it's like she intentionally screwed over the thing. It's like, no. I'm just saying it's like, that was a mistake, and unfortunately, now everyone is... Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Now everyone is pretty much paying for it, because, to be honest, the Harley Quinn animated series is okay. It has its moments. It does have some good arcs, but I will never forgive it for pretty much spawning this whole genre of raunchy cartoons, basically raunchy versions of cartoons from childhood.
It didn't spawn that though. That's been a thing for a while.
Yeah,
here's the thing. I blame it specifically, mainly because Warner Brothers is the one who thought, oh yeah, it works so well for Harley Quinn, let's try it with Velma. Fuck Velma.
Actually, no. It had nothing to do with the spawning of the Velma. That was 100% what's her fucking name?
Mindy Kaling.
Yes, but
it was... Can we not? Because I can tell you're getting heated.
I guess she just could not grow up
Fine.
This is the last time I kill a woman.
Well, how kind of you.
Don't ever hit a girl. My grandma used to tell me that.
What are you, a good Samaritan now? How far do you think that kind of posing will get you?
Kimmy wasn't supposed to be a ranked assassin, was she? I'm only after those fucking alien assholes. I never signed up for this.
The strong survive. That is how the world of killing works. You have not forgotten, have you? Did you think you were going to become friends and team up to defeat the big, mean aliens? This is not a superhero movie. It is not that simple.
Yeah, because the superheroes are the bad guys in this one.
Just how much blood it has sucked so far.
My question is, how'd that car get on stage?
It is still too early.
The answer to that is physics.
Well, I mean, she's able to fly at will, apparently, so who knows?
Maybe she can summon cars at will?
Fuck you, that's why.
No. She's like the I Like Trains kid.
She just summons vehicles at random.
She just summons vehicles by saying a specific phrase, like how the I Like Trains kid summons a train out of nowhere to run him over every time he says, I like trains. All right, next up, Velvet Chair Girl.
Okay, so please tell me we get to actually fight this one.
Yes.
Is it sad? I was kind of hoping the answer was no. Just so that it becomes like an actual running joke that we never fight these fuckers.
That is going to happen several more times in this. I'm just not going to tell you which ones it is.
Also, hey, Shadow Dragon.
Hey, Shadow Dragon. Hope you don't get run over for saying that. Luna Creation, hello.
Hello! Welcome to the stream.
Okay, so the Discord command did work.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Nothing. We'll talk about it after stream.
Okay.
No, it's nothing bad or anything. It's just something I wanted to. I think this is better off that This is something I better talk to you guys, at least specifically you, Ari, in private, not live on stream.
Okay.
That's all.
Eat your veggies.
Thank you, Tribal Dancer. I will continue to not eat my veggies. Because I eat slop.
I mean, I love... It depends on the veggies.
Potatoes are veggies. So I'll continue to eat French fries.
One of these days, I gotta introduce you to, like, roasted potatoes. They're really good.
I do like roasted potatoes. I like mashed potatoes. I like scallop potatoes. I like a lot of different kinds of potatoes. It's just French fries are the easiest to cook with my setup.
I mean, no, that's fair. That is entirely fair.
He said he would be out on his monthly glamping trip today.
Oh, that guy is such a hassle. What's up with Velvet Chair Girl?
She called in saying she could not make it due to an appointment at the nail salon.
I see.
What?
So she couldn't make it, huh?
The fuck?
Was it really such an important appointment?
It is for her nails, so...
Okay, I'll let this one slide. Women are the biggest hassle of them all.
Both humans and aliens are a hassle.
You got something you want to say?
No, my apologies for...
Velvet Chair Girl is probably one of my favorites of the bosses in this game. Partly because she's just like, nah, fuck you, Prince Fu. I'm just gonna... I gotta go get my nails done. You can... I don't need you bitching and moaning at me. Dead Cannon, that's the name of this story.
Nope, I don't think so. You're just hella wrong. You're hella wrong. You have no idea how much Miike loves the original material. That's bullshit.
Miike never read the original. The script is what's most important. The script is what the entire art form is based on.
You can't make a movie without knowing the material.
Yes, you can.
Love for the originals.
So any old hardcore maniac can make a movie then. All you need to do is love the originals, right? What about Terraformers then, huh?
I like that in this show dedicated to, like, talking about the great works of Takashi Miike. They're willing to talk about the fact Takashi Miike has made some fuck-ups along the way that are not excusable, with Terraformers being regarded as one of, if not his worst movie. Mostly because, he kind of ignored the original story of Terraformers, to my understanding, apart from its general premise. And also, you know, the CGI for it looked abysmal, even by Japanese movie standards. Like, he was trying to do, like, an MCU-styled movie in terms of its visual effects without the budget or staff for it. This is you for it.
Master battle.
Shinobu, are you hungry for battle? Famous battles tend to be romanticized, but it's the secret famous battles. The famous battles that haven't been filmed. Like the dinosaur battle at Green Dome Maibashi, the Norton versus Bigelow match. Or was it Tony Halme? Either way.
Giggity.
The moment those two dinosaurs tackled each other, they say Gunma rose 1 meter higher above the sea level. Whether or not you believe it is up to you.
They say his height grew 1 meter that day.
You know, with me not knowing what the fuck he's talking about in terms of Japanese pro wrestling, I'm going to assume he's talking about 2 actual dinosaurs wrestling. Which, given how weird the No More Heroes universe is, I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually what they intended. Or if that could be canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, by the way, we've had this time machine here the whole time. You want to know what this is for? Refighting old bosses at higher and higher difficulty levels. To earn some extra money and resources for crafting stuff. Which, yeah, there's a crafting system in this game, and it's all for crafting these chips that give you passive bonuses.
Nice. Make them chips.
And just like how the chips we got in Travis Strikes Again were named after different Gundams, these are all named after characters from Ultraman, Ultra 7, and stuff like that. Ah, damn, I don't have enough moon dust to create that. I can make a jack chip. When health is at 20% or below, weapon attack power 15% up. Hell yeah. What else can I make? I can make a Gaia chips. During slowdown after a perfect dodge, weapon attack power 10% up. Hell yeah. And after a successful guard, power consumed 20% down? Yes, again, hell yeah. You can only have 3 equipped at a time, so this should be good for now. I don't mess around with the chips too much in my playthroughs, so I'm probably not playing this, you know, as well-spec'd as I could be, just like I often forget about the Death Glove skills. There's just so much to keep track of in No More Heroes 3 that I tend to just ignore and still manage to get through the game. So we checked on Shinobu, now we need to check on Bad Girl. And we got mail. I haven't checked on my mail in a while. I gotta see what spam I've gotten.
BRB for a second, Ari. I need to talk to Ferd about something real quick, and I don't want to have to, you know, this is nothing major. We're not going to argue. It's just a question. I need to clarify something for him.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Ferd. I need to do that over to the side.
Okay. Daddy, wait for me. Charlotte, you're here now. Don't cross over just yet. You must not chase after the swan on the other side of the lake where the rain falls. That little girl is dangerous. You'll get sucked down into the deepest depths of your subconscious. Travis, this is some not meta, but like kind of trippy shit. My dude, what are you on?
Indeed.
The beautiful landscape and the melancholic melody are just lures. Stay away. I can hear Birkin's voice. Okay, Birkin being the name, the real name of, Badman. Your daddy wrong form of your. Daddy doesn't want to see you just yet. Sorry, I have to point out grammatical inconsistencies in Finnish video games. Because if I lose points for writing an essay and using the wrong form of your, then, you know, multi-million-dollar video games get called out for it too.
There's no excuse. I don't care if you're a multi-million-dollar company. All
right, we should be able to, before we head off to Call of Battle, we should be able to unlock maybe 1 or 2 more side quests in sent to destroy that carry over to the other hub worlds as well. Like, I think this is the chapter where we unlock the ability to plant trees. Either that or it's the one about destroying the Moai heads. Or maybe both. Okay, I see someone to talk to over by the turlet. I think I could just walk through that. Yes, I can. Okay, what do you want, sir? Oh yeah, this is the tree planting guy. So, he gives us an infinite supply of seeds to plant in these marked areas. Over time, they sprout into trees, and then we can climb the trees to claim their supply of world-ending supernova. You know, as you do.
Did I hear?
Yeah, that was the sound of the bike. It has a computerized voice.
I've never heard of it before. Not sure why.
It's like a mix between the Akira bike and Kit, apparently. So in addition to, you know, completing story missions, I'm also going to be taking some time to plant trees. Like right here, we can plant some trees along... I don't know how you plant trees on a pier, but okay. Oh, hey, I recognize this place. This is the place where we cooked steak in No More Heroes 2. And, basically where I spent most of my time grinding for money because it was the most easy and time efficient for how much money you earn. And there's a kitty. There's a lot of stuff over here.
Nice.
Anything else? Any other secrets that you have to hide? My God, my words are falling apart by the second. You can tell that I've been starved of brain activity today due to having an internet outage for like 5 hours.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's kind of sad when you know, the castle itself doesn't seem to, you know, want to actually pick up the internet at the time.
Well, no, it wasn't a problem with the castle in particular. It was the provider was having an outage.
I see. So
it was Spectrum. It was Spectrum's fault, as it always is.
Yep. Blame Spectrum. Fuck Spectrum. Go to hell, Spectrum.
It took them like 20-30 minutes after the outage had been going on for them to notify or like notice rather that there was an outage.
Typical Spectrum.
And the only reason I knew for sure that there was an outage was because, other than the fact that it took forever to come back on, was, they have, like, a chatbot set up on their app where you can check to see if you're in an outage, and they said, oh, no, you're not currently in an outage. But I also have automated text set up to notify me of when there's an outage. And the text told me there was an outage, even though their broken AI chatbot said that there wasn't. Don't you just love technology? I should know, I'm mostly technology. It's like Strong Bad once said, technology is just another way to say magic!
Oh, we got a new person in the server.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the person who put in the Discord command.
Yeah. Their thing got hidden by the Discord itself, saying apparently they are a likely spammer.
Oh,
weird. It's weird because it was like that. The weird thing is, they didn't even say anything. Like this.
I've had people who joined the server get hidden and marked as a likely spammer when they're not before, because Discord's really overzealous on that. But that's not, obviously there's something you want to say off stream about that. So I'll wait until after stream to address that.
No, I get you, dude. I get you. Let's see. I'm just laughing here. I'm just laughing here because
a person that joined a little bit ago. That person?
Yes.
Okay.
What about them?
I'm just getting back into the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The person, the person.
Yeah, the person.
Cusco's person.
The person specifically chosen to person Cusco?
This joke's falling apart at the seams.
Yep.
Pull the lever, JKR.
Okay.
I could not have timed that any better.
Yes! That was amazing!
JKR, long distance high five. As soon as you figure out what arms are.
Alright, time to go to Call of Battle.
Let's be honest, if JKR here ever got arms and legs, he'd be unstoppable. We don't want that.
What's worse than a bomb? A bomb that can walk.
So a bomb.
Yes.
Welcome to... You're giving me ideas.
Welcome to Call of Battle, which is supposed to look like a Call of Duty map.
Gene?
Well, thank God, because it does.
Complete with everything being brown and beige and gray.
Excuse me.
Hell yes.
But you know what they say about Call of Duty? More like Call of Doo-Doo. Alright, who are we fighting here? Oh, some of these guys. I've already forgotten a lot. I know that, that dude with the antlers is called Leopardon. Because, the only reason I remember that is because that was the name of Spider-Man's mech in the Japanese Spider-Man series.
Well, thank God all of these guys look like versions of Spider-Man then.
By the way, if you haven't already, you should totally watch Japanese Spider-Man. It's amazing.
I've seen clips.
The clips do not do it justice. Thankfully, there's a fan subbed version of the entire series on the Internet Archive that you can watch for free. Because this show ain't never getting licensed for American release.
God.
Oh God, I gotta hear this Shadow Dragon. Like, dude posted the clip in the chat. I gotta hear this.
Yep. I got invincibility, which I'm probably not going to need for the rest of this. Actually, no, I am going to need it for the rest of this fight, because I'm fighting a Leopardon.
Please tell me it's what the clip I think it is.
It's the wrong lever clip.
Nice. Thanks, Shadow!
Shadow Dragon's on top of it. He knows when to clip the right moments.
For some strange reason, my chat both hates me and likes me in your thing, and I don't understand why.
Welcome to Twitch is all I can say. This is what it's like being a Twitch streamer. The chat bullies you while also being your biggest fans. That's also just, you know, the kind of community that I've cultivated, which is every VTuber community, except I haven't cultivated the community of people that want, you know, to subscribe to a off-brand website to view any personal content that I don't make at the moment, because I don't think there's a demand for it. If there is, I'll deliver within my means of comfort and acceptability and budget. But
yeah.
Like, I have thought of opening, like, you know, an off-brand site for streaming, like, games that are not safe to stream on Twitch, at least. And basically that's it. Because I can't, you know, no disrespect to adult content creators, I don't have what it takes to be one. I would not be comfortable as one. So, Furret, I'm going to share a little bit of, design trivia about Travis's look and personality. When it came to Suda51's creation process for, the original No More Heroes. Travis is supposed to look and have a similar, you know, overall cocky, kind of dumbass-ish personality to a particular celebrity. Can you guess which one?
Supposed to have a personality similar to a specific celebrity.
And also bear a physical resemblance to them.
I'd have to look at Travis directly, and I'm sure if I looked it up, it would spoil it.
Johnny Knoxville.
God damn it.
He was directly based on Johnny Knoxville.
BRB, Mental Gen.
Okay.
That's a dude who got, like, seriously screwed over in terms of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like, even in, like, his breakthrough role outside of Jackass, he got screwed over. And that was Men in Black 2.
I have not seen Men in Black 2 since it was in theaters, so I couldn't begin. Also, at that time, I didn't know who Johnny Knoxville was, so I wouldn't recognize who he played in there.
he got screwed over because his character was supposed to be a much bigger role, but for whatever reason, the director decided last minute while filming to go in a different direction. So his character got written out halfway through the show with no explanation as to where they went.
Let's see, just checking out what Shadow Dragon said in chat. I didn't know that they changed the clipping interface. I know that they changed like the editing interface for clips on Twitch, but I didn't know they changed how how clipping works. But yes, please finish telling me who he played.
Yeah, he was the two-headed alien in Men in Black 2, the one that had the weird head on the end of a tentacle.
Again, I have not seen Men in Black 2 since it was in theaters, and I couldn't even remember anything about it after I saw it in the theater. It left zero impact on me, other than Biz Marquee is good at beatboxing. And I didn't know that was Biz Marquee, but nowadays, I'm like, hell yeah, that was perfect casting. It's Biz Marquee, may he rest in peace.
Right. Also, the another role he got screwed out of was Leonardo from the Michael Bay Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah, I remember he was. I remember that. Well, I don't remember. I don't remember how he got screwed over because I didn't see the movies, but I remember at the very least he voiced Leonardo in the first one.
Yeah, he was Leonardo in the first one, and then they ended up cutting him out of the second one because a controversy about him that wasn't even true came out.
That's
Michael Bay was like, I'm gonna fire you. Like, Michael Bay of all people firing you, like, that's kind of...
I mean, he fired Megan Fox, but apparently rehired her.
Right.
Yeah, well, because Michael Bay is a massive piece of shit, will do pretty much anything, you know, he wants. Like,
No.
From what I understand.
Well, I'm not going to discount you on that. I've heard horror stories about Michael Bay, and I stand by Megan Fox on her calling him out.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I think it was not just, you know, Michael Bay being a power-hungry egotist. I think it was also Megan Fox's solo career outside of Michael Bay produced movies not turning out the way she expected. You know, not discounting Jennifer's Body as... like, not saying Jennifer's Body, which is, like, her most beloved movie. Not saying that's bad. I haven't seen it, but it was very poorly marketed in a way
I haven't
that...
seen it either.
Like, to my understanding, it's, like, a feminist horror movie, but it was marketed as if it's, like, maybe you'll get to see Megan Fox get naked.
And you don't.
Oh, boy.
You don't, because she has a no nudity clause in all of her contracts, which respect to her.
Yep.
Yep.
I would argue that Jonah Hex was a really good movie. It just got shitty. It just got shit bombed because everyone was like, "Oh, this isn't like the comics."
I mean,
yeah, actually, it fucking was. But okay.
I mean, also,
Jonah
Hex was also just a weird thing to try and make a movie out of at that point in comic book movie history, because who the hell knows what Jonah Hex is outside of hardcore comic book nerds? It was that period of like pre-MCU, but like post revival of the superhero movie industry, and also like into the Dark Knight saga, where like people were just adapting any comic book property, whether it was famous or not, and whether it had mainstream appeal or not.
I mean, I was just gonna... Never mind.
Let JKR speak.
Dude, I was just agreeing. With him real quick and was gonna let you speak.
I was just gonna say that, you know, just to kind of correct you, Ari, on one thing. Aside from, like, hardcore, deep lore comic nerds, I think fans of, like, what was it, Justice League Unlimited, and, like, the DCAU, back in its infancy, would probably know who Jonah Hex was, just for the fact that he did make some sparse appearances, and like if you were like really into that show, you would know of Jonah Hex because you would see him in like at least two shows, 2 episodes of DCAU related merch, related shows at the time.
You're also saying this
that's
to
the
a
reason why I
guy.
do-
You're also saying this to a guy who's only seen one episode of Justice League Unlimited, and it's the one where Aquaman has to fight bootleg Cthulhu.
Yeah, I mean, fair. All I'm saying is that I actually bought a copy of Jonah Hex from a Blockbuster. Actually, I think that's where I got it from.
Nice. I think that's where I got my copy.
Yeah, I picked it up from Blockbuster, and the only reason why I picked it up was because I knew who Jonah Hex was, because I saw the animated, I saw Justice League Unlimited a few years prior, so I knew who Jonah Hex was. Only because of, him making a cameo.
Keep in mind, I'm talking about like the normies who don't engage with any form of comic book media before it became more socially acceptable to it was that period where it was like, for as well regarded as the Dark Knight trilogy is, they were trying to make it as uncomic book-like as possible to appeal to mainstream audiences who didn't want to see a Batman movie that's actually like Batman.
Yeah. It also came out during that weird period of time where Hollywood was trying to revive. Good lord, you humans' language is weird to me. Okay, revive the Western genre.
Yeah, it was like the Lone Ranger and Cowboys and Aliens all came out pretty close to each other, didn't they?
On the tailcoats, because 310 to Yuma was a huge success.
The Oscar the Oscar award winning what was it? Now I'm forgetting.
I know what you're talking about.
It was a remake.
Country for Old Men.
No, not No Country for Old Men, but that too. That wasn't a Western, but I did see that one. God, why am I forgetting its name? The one with the one where the main character's name is Rooster Cogburn. And it was a remake of an old John Wayne movie.
I don't know. Speaking as a fan of Western movies, I don't know.
I only know the Rooster Cogburn name because that was my granny liked the original. She never saw the remake.
You said Rooster
Cogburn? True Grit.
True Grit, yes. Sad part, I actually own a copy of that fucking movie.
All right, we got
both versions.
JKR, you're up.
Okay. Where is he? Where are you, huh?
Across the road.
I can't really see you.
Is that so? But you're becoming able to see me more than before, yes?
I heard I can ask for anything I want.
Of course. As long as you pay the appropriate price.
Even murder?
I don't dabble in such vulgarity. However, I am able to perform actions that would result in death.
Is there really a difference?
Of course there's a difference.
Can you kill anyone?
If that's what you wish. The problem lies in why exactly you want the person in question dead.
Why? Do you need a reason?
Yes. That's part of the price you must pay. Think about that first. The money comes after that.
The reason I want them dead is...
I can't hear you. You're still not fully prepared. Let's speak again later. To be continued.
Dun, dun, dun!
No, Furry, you got it wrong. It's like da 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 da
da da da da.
I said what I wanted. Kids today, no appreciation.
What was that?
No, not no more appreciation. No more heroes. 3 to be specific.
I was coming up with something to like complain about, like where's my?
Anyway, for this minigame, we have to shoot the alligators using the tank turret.
There's nothing about that sentence I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, load me in the barrel. I'll take care of those gators, no problem.
Ooh,
By the way,
he gave me permission. Can I?
Depends on what the target is.
Gators.
If they have any fun. Get in here, golf. Throw it right back. Get in here, golf. What could be more fun than a game of golf with a gator? What the actual fuck is this game?
It's No More Heroes 3.
We're just not going to question that this town is apparently so commonly accosted by giant alligators that they have to have a turret set up specifically to fight giant alligators?
Not just giant alligators, giant bipedal alligators.
Dude that made this game, is he okay? Do we need to send some help?
Remember, his next project is a collab with the creator of Deadly Premonition.
Are these guys okay? Do we need to send a care package?
Okay. Suda51, the creator of this game and the No More Heroes series, he's okay. He's just like, he likes to push the boundaries of sensibility and taste in video games without being, like, needlessly edgy about it. More so, something that makes you question what you're playing and why you're having fun playing it, instead of, just trying to offend you. Swery65, the creator of Deadly Premonition, he is not okay, and I consider him the Tommy Wiseau of video games.
Oh, God.
You know, it's funny how, like...
No, wait, no, not the Tommy Wiseau, because then he would have, like, an overinflated ego and deliberately lie about his past. He's more the Neil Breen of video games, where he's very earnest in what he's... in the insane shit he's making, and doesn't, doesn't try to do, like, the whole tongue-in-cheek, oh, I'm appealing to my ironic fandom kind of thing. He's just earnestly making the kind of shit he wants to make, and only shit that he wants to make, and not stuff that, like, the average gamer's going to want to play, or that the average critic's going to like. It's stuff that only appeals to him.
Nice.
Like, Deadly Premonition is basically Twin Peaks if it were on crack. Which, given that that was already a David Lynch production, is amazing to say.
I was gonna say, that show was already on crack, so we're talking like super ultra mega crack here.
No, it's not on crack, it's on ketamine.
What I was gonna say was that, No More Heroes 3 thinks it's the original, and yet Jack 3 did this first.
Jack 3 had a mini game where you fought giant bipedal alligators with a Coast Guard gun.
I mean, sorts. It wasn't giant gators. It was it was
like
giant
almost.
Yeah, it was like basically alien invader tripods.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, yeah, they're like, spoilers for this 20-plus-year-old game, but the main enemies of the game are basically like corrupted precursors. But the way they're
said to be, but
that's what canonically they are, but they're apparently corrupted real bad, given what the precursors usually look like.
Right. Like, yeah, it's like they're you basically have like these giant ass walkers trying to make their way ashore towards like this Wastelander town, and the Wastelanders have like a defense system in the form of like a double barrel blaster, and the idea is you're supposed to shoot down every single walker before it even hits the shore. So, yeah, very similar to what No More Heroes 3 is doing. Now, granted, I don't know if Jak 3 pulled that from somewhere else. They could have easily done that because...
I mean, Jak 3, the later Jak games were directly taking inspiration from other game genres at that point because, as was the style at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as a diss against it. Like, a lot of my favorite games that I still classify as pretty original experiences draw gameplay inspiration from other sources. Because, it's easier to develop and, sell a project based on, it plays like such and such, rather than trying to come up with their own 100% completely unique concept that may be alienating.
Yeah.
Like, Jak 2 was made in response to the massive popularity of Grand Theft Auto 3.
That I didn't realize, but I did know that, I think it was, I could be misremembering which game it was that did this. I think it was Jak 2, but it could easily have been Jak 3 that did this, but there was a scene in one of the Jak games, actually, I couldn't think of it, I think it was 3, where Daxter actually gets absorbed into cyberspace and he's basically become, like, Pac-Man.
Yeah, that was, I'm pretty sure that was Jak 3.
Yeah, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, it was 3.
It's been forever since I played Jak 2 and Jak 3 from beginning to end, because I do not like Jak 2's punishing lack of checkpoints.
Yeah, I hated Jak 2.
I'm surprised that stubborn, unmedicated, angry at everything kid me was able to beat that game while I had it as a rental, like I never owned it.
Oh, jeez.
The only Jak and Daxter games I've ever beaten are Jak and Daxter and Daxter.
I can comfortably 100% the original Jak and Daxter. I cannot say the same for any of the ones after that.
I didn't say 100% at any of them.
I'm just saying, like, in terms of, how experienced I am with each game and which ones I go back to the most, it's the original Jak and Daxter, because I just like its setup more. I like it better as a... I like Jak and Daxter, story-wise, the games get better as the series go on by developing actual plots. But gameplay-wise, I enjoyed it better as a more focused 3D collectathon platformer, rather than trying to be Grand Theft Auto 3 and also everything.
Yeah, I will agree gameplay-wise. Jak 1 was actually the best out of them, but when it came to, like, what the fuckery with the weaponry that Jak gets in the sequel games, I gotta say that Jak 3 was my favorite, only for one major thing. Aside from the fact that it was better than Jak 2 and the stuff in terms of, like, checkpoints and how much less punishing it was.
Is it that powered-up version of the Peacemaker that's basically a nuke?
Yep. That's it. That's the one.
Full armor isn't just for show.
Like, I will 100% concede that by Jak 3, the combat got really good. Because the combat is the worst part of the first Jak and Daxter in terms of gameplay. You either have enemies that die in one hit and pose no threat to you, or enemies that take too many hits to kill, but still pose no threat to you.
Yeah.
But Jak 2, its gunplay is really unbalanced, and most of the guns don't feel very good to use. Scorpion.
Yeah. Scorpion.
It's a tropical scorpion. It smells like fruity.
But yeah, so like, I mean, one particular weapon that I actually liked using a lot in Jak 2, but more so in Jak 3, not just the Peacemaker, but it was also the blue machine gun. I don't know.
The Vulcan Fury is what it was called.
Yeah, I liked using that in Jack 2 because it was like a literal machine gun I could use. Because it was like, it was basically an AR-15. Let's not beat around the bush. It was an automatic assault rifle.
Well, an AR-15's not an automatic assault rifle, but I get your point.
Yeah.
But like my go-to was always the blaster, mostly because it fires as fast as you press the button.
Oh, the yellow one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The red one, I think, was actually the worst in my opinion.
The scatter gun, which was like a shotgun, and of course it's the first gun you get instead of, a good first gun to get.
Right.
It's the first gun you get in both games.
Yeah, and even in Jack 3, I think that, the upgrades for the scatter gun, even the final upgrade for the scatter gun was okay, but it was, nothing to write home about.
Yeah, most of the upgrades for the guns you got in Jack 3 were, cool concepts, but not actually all that useful.
One thing I will say, though, I loved with the Vulcan Fury, you said it was?
Yes.
Yeah, I loved the second upgrade on that thing. This is my personal gun that I used a lot when I didn't feel like nuking the shit out of everything. I used that one, and when I wasn't feeling very, using it much of as an assault rifle, I decided to use it as a chain lightning gun, which is what I was I always had fun using that upgrade ability because it was just
who doesn't like chain lightning? Just look at the Emperor.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of, one more week until Darth Jar Jar makes his debut in fucking Fortnite.
We should all be terrified.
Leave it to fucking Fortnite, man, to do Darth Jar Jar and make him technically canon.
Why? I just feel like that's the joke it's a joke. One has been done to death, but still.
To be fair, though, they aren't the first ones to technically canonize him. Lego did it first.
Yeah, that Lego Star Wars special did it first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we get to play as the Emperor for the first time in pretty much ever that's now outside of a Lego game.
You can play as him in Battlefront 2.
Could you? Yeah, to be fair, I've never played the Battlefront games.
You should at the very least play the original Battlefront 2. Either the remaster... I know people shit on the remaster because it did have a rocky launch, and unfortunately that killed its online community by the time they fixed it. But, if you... Actually, since you've got an Xbox, you can also buy the original Battlefront 2 since it's backwards compatible. And while its online servers are long since shut down, they function better. The game functions better overall. It's just, you have to deal with some, wacky, early third-person shooter pre-Gears of War button mappings.
Yeah.
But Battlefront 2 is probably, in terms of, Star Wars, in terms of Star Wars games, it's really high up there. It's a fan favorite for a reason and has an active online community on the PC version to this day for a good reason. I can tell you, Battlefront 1 is basically just, a military third-person shooter, but with Star Wars characters, and Star Wars settings. Battlefront 2 is a Star Wars third-person shooter. There's a difference. There's a big difference. One feels like it was made by Pandemic, I believe. Either that or Free Radical. I get them confused a lot. But like you can tell they learned from some of the pitfalls that the first one fell into, and we're like, okay, we're going to go all out on Battlefront 2, especially since this is sort of a swan song for this generation of consoles, since it's coming out in 2005, right when Revenge of the Sith is about to come out, and we're also getting a new generation of consoles, starting with the Xbox 360. Like, the fact that they included space battles where you can, like, while it's very limited in execution, it's still cool in concept and very enjoyable in concept. You can sabotage the enemy's command ships by not just blowing up, you know, outer parts of them, but by, like, landing inside their hangars and blowing them up from the inside is so cool. Also, the hero system, where, like, when you do good enough, you get a limited time to, play as, like, a named Star Wars character. Usually a Jedi or a Sith. And then, my favorite, apart from the space battles, when I was playing, like, local, versus matches with my friends in middle school, was, like, the hero assault mode on, the Mos Eisley stage. Where instead of like regular troops, you get all of the hero characters as just regular playable characters. And like it allows for some wacky matchups like, hey, what if Darth Vader fought Darth Maul? Or what if Jango Fett and Boba Fett teamed up to kill Han Solo? Or what if Darth Vader, before he found out that he has kids, accidentally killed Leia? And Luke.
Oops.
And it's one of the few games to let you play as General Grievous without making him feel weird.
You tell me. How exactly have most games made General Grievous feel weird? I'm curious about this.
The only other one I've played from my experience where you can play as General Grievous is the versus duel mode of the Revenge of the Sith game. And in that one, he's like he doesn't have force powers, obviously. But he's also immune to being lifted with the Force because he can magnetize himself.
Again, that makes sense.
But, like, it just makes him a weird combatant compared to all the other Force users, because he's, like, the only one who can't use the Force.
I see. Let's see, what was I looking for now?
Although he does have some cool in-battle dialogue, both in the boss fight against him and in the two-player duel mode, where, like, I think it's during his fight with Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's like, you're pretty impressive for a droid, and he's like, I'm no droid!
Funny the way you did that, Ari.
Yeah, it came out more like Watto.
Yeah.
I'm no droid! Me!
Why are you waving your hand around like that? Like you're some kind of Jedi?
Why are you waving your hand around?
My money.
What do you think it's some kind of Jedi waving your hand around like that?
Yeah, that's the line. Thank you.
I'm Trinitarian. My Tristan welcome me. Only money.
But I have not seen the prequel trilogy in so long that my closest point of reference for Watto is that one stream that Vinny from Vinesauce did, where he like did his VTuber debut and his VTuber model was just Watto. Yeah. And he was just like doing the Watto voice and acting in character as Watto, including doing a karaoke version of Wonderwall as Watto that he called Watto Wall.
Oh, God.
And doing a reaction to a clip that was like taken from a preview for an OnlyFans model's video where it was like, guess who I'm going to be working with this week, and then it shows Jar Jar Binks walk into frame. He's like, Misa, so happy to be Misa busting with happiness to see you again.
Oh, God.
My context with Watto comes from the pod racing game. Like, most of the lines I remember for him come from the pod racing game more than they come from the actual movie. So, do with that what you will.
You know, the only other Toydarian that we ever got to see, you know, that I ever got to see during my formative Star Wars years was Roz from Star Wars Bounty Hunter. And I'm like, okay, so does Watto just have an accent or a speech impediment or something? Because Roz doesn't sound like that at all.
Right.
The funny thing is, like, I have actually heard more Toydarians, and I pronounce it that way because that's the only way I can. But I've actually heard more Toydarians in the Clone Wars, actually. Specifically, not the Genndy Tartakovsky one, but like the 3D animated one.
I've never really seen either, so...
Yeah, but like in the first episode, not counting the Clone Wars pilot movie, but like actually the first episode of the show.
Scorpion incoming.
JKR, I sent you something in chat, or in Facebook.
Alright, give me a second.
But yes,
it works.
In the Clone Wars series, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to my understanding, the Clone Wars series did, you know, give some spotlight to a lot of underrepresented Star Wars alien races, which I think is a pretty cool thing to do. Like, we actually got to see Plo Koon do something.
Did the link work for you?
Depends. Like, what exactly was it? Was it like a set of bracelet beads or something like that? Because that's all I see. Yeah, it took me to like yeah.
All right, I'll just send you a screenshot. That's fine.
Yeah, I just sent a screenshot. 9 times out of 10, it's usually the only way you can. And Sheen, yes.
This is show because apparently Hot Topic makes replicas of Velvet's earrings.
Oh, that's cool and all for it, but I don't wear earrings, and I can't see anyone that I know wearing them.
You don't have to wear them. You could display them.
Yeah, but sorry, dude. That's not something I do. I don't display jewelry like that. If it were a ring, that'd be a different story because I have a tendency to collect a lot of rings that seem to, you know, have some sort of reasoning behind them, like the lantern rings. But Velvet's earrings, just sorry, no, I can't justify that. Sorry.
To be fair, yeah. I have been asked several times why I don't have like a replica of Sailor Venus's outfit from the anime. And my answer is because that would be fucking weird, my dude.
Yeah. I'm just like, why the fuck would you?
Well, I mean, Wizard once made the joke that, you know, I should get a mannequin and put Sailor Venus's, like, outfit on there, and my exact response is, why the fuck would I?
Yeah, I feel you there.
There's waifu collection, and then there's fucking Creeper, my guy.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like the guy that made his own life-size Sally Acorn doll. Complete with a humanoid skeleton inside of it. Not a real skeleton, but wooden bones that were modeled after an actual anatomically correct human skeleton to make it feel more human to cuddle with.
I was going to say thank God, because that would raise a couple more questions.
People thought it was real bones, and it's because, like, the reason that people thought it was real bones is because he, like, distressed and weathered the wooden bones to look like real human bone, even though there's absolutely no reason to.
You know, fuck would he do that when they're not gonna ever be seen?
Because he was posting, like, pictures on his DeviantArt account of, like, the step-by-step process of making and refining the doll.
Then, why?
Because, that's...
You asked that question.
Because, that's just what the Sonic fandom in the, early 2000s was like.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I mean, I would totally like get a mannequin or like several, but not for yes, to display costumes and everything, but that kind of thing. It's like more so to display my own cosplays, but I'm not wearing them. Like I would have them like basically how Batman has it in like Batman Beyond, where he had like all the bat suits and everything in a display case,
or like the Morphin Chamber in Power Rangers, where they had the old suits on display.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I would do that. Like, it would just be displaying my old, like, retired cosplays that I have, if I ever decide to retire any of them. Fair. Actually, kind of think there is one cosplay that I haven't done for a long-ass time that is basically retired at this point, because I haven't really had the inkling to do it, or the overall body shape to do it anymore. And the character's name was Lord Fear. He's from a very, like from what I gather, was very little known TV show called Ace Lightning. And he's supposed to be like the main villain. He was basically a skeleton who had the ability to like stretch his arms and legs, and even his neck. So he could like literally tie himself into a bow just to wrap up his enemies if he so chose. And I like I like the way he looked, and I actually did my own version of him years ago. But again, when I did that, I was already starting to gain weight, and I was just like, I did that for one last time, and I was just like, yeah, I can't justify doing this anymore. Not until I lose enough weight to be like almost, skinny again. Which, who knows whenever the hell that'll happen.
Eventually. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. I retired Two-Face, Riddler, trying to think. There was a couple recently that I retired. Star-Lord and Serpentius will never be retired.
What about Toad, honestly? Did you retire Toad, or...?
Toad, no. Toad is not officially retired. Toad is one of those reserved only for if I ever go to a convention with our mutual friend Mario.
I getcha. So I was curious if that was still something you would ever do again.
Yeah, I still have most of the stuff for Captain Toad. I just need to get a new bag.
Yeah.
Because the bag tragically got destroyed in a flood in my closet back in my old house.
Yeah, that's so weird how the hell that flood happened over there.
Exactly how it happened. The fucking toilet in that bathroom went bad.
Oh, that's what happened. I didn't know that, because I remember... Yeah. I remember you said there was a flood in your closet, but I never understood how the hell that happened. Even when I was at your place multiple times, I never really quite understood until, until now. It's like, okay, now I understand. Now I get it. That makes sense.
Now I know, and knowing is half the battle.
Like I said, Star-Lord, Serpentius, and to a small extent Sanji will never be officially retired. I may retire Sanji if I ever actually get to meet Emily Rudd dressed as him.
Yeah.
Because I do have a goal to get a picture with Emily Rudd as Sanji.
Okay, that makes sense to do, like, only have, like, Sanji out for, like, that specific reason, and then probably, like, this is just what I would do, is, like, I would probably have him semi-retired until, I got the opportunity to have the photo done with Emily Rudd, and then after that, it'd be like, okay, retire it now, because you're never gonna,
Well, and the reason I say to a small extent Sanji is because while I may, like, retire that specific version of Sanji, the 4 kids, I do have plans to one of these days do the One Piece Red version.
Okay.
as well as like a more updated version where he's got the gold suit and the hair swoosh on the other side.
Oh, okay.
I've got a cosplay that I want to do, a couple cosplays I want to do once I, get into a bit better shape, where, like, not necessarily want to be skinny for these, because these are already pretty bulky characters, but, like, where it's less, like, you know, where I'm more comfortable, portraying these characters. And one of them is the Dragon Ball Super version of Broly. Because he's just... He's just the goodest boy.
I'm not allowed to retire Serpentius.
Not since the accident.
True, but I have been specifically told by a friend, I don't know if she's a mutual friend of yours or not. I can't remember if you're friends with her on Facebook as well, JKR, but let's just say the Cherry Bomb cosplayer.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, no, we're not friends on... she and I are not friends on Facebook, unless you're talking about like the Angel Dust cosplayer that you and I are both friends with.
Yeah,
That's
Angel Dust. Yeah, no, this is a Cherry Bomb cosplayer that I met, not in person, but on Facebook.
I think I know who you... Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. The one that you, I think you at one point. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I follow her on Instagram, but I don't. I follow her on Instagram, but I don't actually have her friend as my friend on Facebook.
Right. My point was, I have been told specifically by her that until the very unlikely day that she and I can get a picture together, I'm not allowed to retire Serpentius. To be fair, though, why the fuck would I want to retire Serpentius? That cosplay is fun as hell.
Not to mention that seemed to be like one of your most popular cosplays at the conventions we went to.
Dude, I am officially known as the Serpentius of OKC.
Nice.
Apparently, Serpentius is now legally required to make an appearance at every major Oklahoma City convention.
That's hilarious how it's like almost every time you go to a convention, you always tell me it's like people that we met at OKC GalaxyCon last year are always wondering, it's like, where's the Eggman who was with you?
Yup.
There is one character
on a convention one of these days, Ari.
Yes, I need to actually start going back to conventions as part of it.
Yeah.
There is one character I want to cosplay before, you know, at the rate that I'm losing weight, you know, I'm not going to be super skinny anytime soon, but like, while I'm still pretty heavy set, there is two characters that I want to cosplay. One of them, as I've mentioned before many times, is the Long John Baldry Robotnik.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another is Big the Cat.
Okay.
You know what would be fun? Just as a thought. One of these years, God willing, we all three go to a convention. We should do different versions of Robotnik.
Yeah, I've talked about doing that with JKR before.
Yeah. Like, you would be the Long John Baldry, JKR would be the Sad AM.
Yeah.
And I would be Jim Carrey.
And I know Kira said he'd want to be part of that as well if, you know, if all four of us could get together. By some super miracle.
It would almost be funny to see Kier pull off video game Robotnik.
Yeah. Or maybe Boom Robotnik.
Yeah, well, Boom Robotnik would be fun.
Or, even though it's basically the same design as Sad AM Robotnik, Underground Robotnik.
Underground? Yeah.
So, what exactly is this? Are you guys just a bunch of Robotniks together? You know, it's weird.
Yep.
These strange Robotnik creatures, or at least they claim to be me, from alternate dimensions, called upon me to be a part of this, what did you guys call it? Convention? I don't know. I don't have time to go to these kind of things.
I'm merely here so I can spread the good word of serving me. And also because the food.
You say that you don't understand what a convention is, yet you flat out stated in your movie that you actually were going to save something for Comic-Con. Oh wait, I forgot.
No.
That was your grandfather!
Yeah, I was gonna say that was Gerald Robotnik, not me.
I'm
What
still.
do you think, Cluck?
You know, out of all of us, I have to say, how the hell did you luck out with someone as reliable as Agent Stone while I was stuck with Scratch and Grounder, who have gone missing?
To be fair, I kept him around mostly because he makes an excellent frappuccino with goat's milk.
It's a latte.
Cappuccino. It's
Yeah,
a latte,
latte.
actually.
Yeah, latte with goat's milk.
Here's a funny thing, actually. While I was at C2E2 a few weeks ago, was it last week? I don't remember. Anyway, when I was at C2E2,
Yeah, I don't remember. I almost said I don't care. That was weird.
I was like, well, fuck you too, Fern. They're gonna hate you even more now.
I don't know why. Like, I meant to say I don't know, but my brain started saying I don't care.
I was about to reach through this damn screen and strangle you for that.
I'm so fucking tired, my guy. I had such a long day at work.
We're gonna wrap things up soon because I really am just in like the grinding for money portion of this chapter.
Yeah, that's basically why we're all just kind of just shooting the shit now.
Yeah.
Shit, sorry, I don't know where that came from. You said, was C2E2 a week ago, and my brain was saying, say I don't know, and then my mouth said, I don't care.
Well, yeah, so anyway, back what I was saying about when I was at C2E2. No joke, Ferd, someone actually asked me where Agent Stone was.
Nice.
And you know, because I know you, Ferd, I had to say that he was down in OKC.
I mean, I'll do Agent Stone for you one of these days.
Because I know the only reason why I say that is because I know you would rather do Agent Stone before Snively. That was what you've stated for years. But my point was that it was funny because it was like I was referencing you, and this is what bugs me. My improv skills are pretty decent, but this was like I think just before the con actually opened, so my mind wasn't on all cylinders. So someone asked me. Fair. But yeah, when the person asked me about Agent Stone, like I said he was down in Oklahoma City. And then they said, well, it's like, well, who's gonna make all your make the lattes for you? And I for whatever stupid reason, I didn't say this, but I should have said it. Ari, I know you will appreciate this, but I should have said, well, isn't that what the mean bean machine is for?
My mean bean steaming machine.
Nice.
I should have said that, but it did not occur to me until a day afterwards.
High fives all around.
No. What you should have said is that another thing you could have said, although the mean bean machine is definitely appreciated, is he's doing some reconnaissance.
Yeah, that was another one I could have said, but again, not really thinking because I was more emulating the Sad AM Robotnik or like my own version of Eggman. Because yes, I overall look. The people that actually credited me by saying that I look just like Jim Carrey. I was like, I don't see it, but it's flattering nonetheless.
Dude, when the one time I did Robotnik for that convention, New World Comic Con a couple years ago, yeah. I had kids convinced that I was Jim Carrey walking around.
Nice.
It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the coat, really. I think the coat is what the main thing is. Like, mind you, the person who said this to me wasn't at a convention. This was at the local movie theater when Sonic 3 had premiered in theaters. Because of course I wanted to dress up as Eggman for the movie.
All right. I hate to cut this short, but I'm getting ready to wrap things up here.
Okie dokie Loki.
No More Heroes 3.
No more heroes. Where'd my phone go?
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to JKR and Furret for co-hosting with me tonight. No raid tonight because we all do be pretty tired. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with some more Phantom Pain. Until then, unpleasant dreams.
Here we go again. Well.